was able to spend Father's Day with my family. Actually, had a really good time. Got some not really nice gifts, but I have to be extra quiet because Macabro is still running around. He doesn't know that I'm back, and I don't know how I'm going to upload this video without him noticing, but I still have the power of the spectrum, so that kind of gives me like an invisibility blanket. He can't see emotions because he's struck with power. I was able to sneak behind him as he was recording a review, which I don't know when he'll upload, but I have to be very quiet. But in my time since I've been back from Limbo, I have been able to pick up some stuff because since the Deadpool review to all my time in Limbo, because Limbo apparently works differently. Time works weird, but I was gone for a while, but I was able to make it back before Father's Day and spend time with my family, so that was cool. But I was able to, between stuff that my wife got and stuff that I, had to catch up with, I was able to pick up some movie pickups, some stuff to talk about. So, but I have to be really quiet, because I don't want Macabro to realize that I'm here. But this is some of the movies that my wife got, and some that I was able to find here and there. So, first off, Furious 7. This is the 7th Fast and the Furious movie. There's 8 as of right now. Favorite one is number 5 because I like the whole heist aspect of the movie. Then the first one, then this one because this is the one with Jason Statham. So this is the one I like to think as a crossover between the Fast and the Furious and the Transporter. Because if you look at it through a different way, the Transporter, Jason Statham is his own hero in that movie because he's trying to avenge the people that messed up his brother. So, you could make another movie with him as the star and the Fast and the Furious crew as the bad guys. But also, this is Paul Walker's last movie in the Fast and the Furious franchise. So, I think they did a pretty good job with the CGI in the parts that they had to reshoot after his unfortunate death. Next one I picked up is 7 Psychopaths. I haven't seen this one. I wanted to see it, but I didn't get to see it. But I was intrigued by the cast because we have Christopher Walken, Colin Farrell, Woody Harrelson, and Sam Rockwell. So just by the cast alone, it sounds very interesting. Then, because I still have to catch them all, it's a thing that I have. I want to get all the Pokemon movies, and somehow I keep finding Pokemon movies that didn't even know existed. But this is Pokemon Diancie and the Cocoon of Destruction. But these two Pokemon are from the XY series, so this is a more recent one. But yeah, how many Pokemon movies are there? To add to my Al Pacino collection, because I'm trying, along with a lot of other actors, I'm trying to build up a filmography, a complete filmography from Al Pacino, Robin Williams, Sylvester Stallone, Nicolas Cage, Schwarzenegger, and Van Damme, and I'm thinking of maybe getting Steven Seagal, even though his later movies kind of suck. But to Al Pacino, I added People I Know, with Kate Basinger and Téa Leoni, who I don't know what happened to Téa Leoni. It seems like the earth swallowed her whole, because I haven't seen her in anything. But got that. Already owned the Blu-ray, but found the 3-disc collector's edition of WALL-E on DVD. Like I have the Blu-ray, but we watched the Blu-rays on the PlayStation 3 here in the living room, and in the bedroom we have my DVD, which I've had for like 17 years and it's still going strong. And I knock on wood that it still goes strong. But this one, if I can get it to open, opens up like this to reveal a couple of discs, and opens up like this to reveal some other discs. So I thought the packaging was really cool. It's all cardboard, doesn't have any plastic, so it's, I'm afraid that if it gets wet, it's going to get ruined. But I love WALL-E. WALL-E's, it's tied with The Incredibles as my 2 favorite Pixar movies. and now Coco is also added. So I have 3 favorite Pixar movies. I can't pick which one's the best. I love all 3 of those, but have Wall-E on DVD. I picked up I didn't even know it was a remake until last year. I knew about the Christian Bale, Russell Crowe movie, 310 to Yuma. I thought it was just a really cool Western movie. A couple of months ago, I picked it up. But it wasn't until recently, or a couple of months ago, that I found out that was a remake of an old movie with Glenn Ford and Van Heflin, which is 310 to Yuma, the original one. So I have this thing where I like to collect the original and the remake as a point of comparison. I have a lot of movies that I do that. I still have a lot more movies that I'm missing because I have maybe the remake but I need the original, or I have the original but I need the remake. But it's a thing that I'm working on. I do want to get both versions for comparison's reason. Finally came across a 2-disc version of this. But this is a 2-disc collector's edition of Collateral. And I've been meaning to get this one. I always come across it. Movie Bazaar always has it. But the one time after I got back from Limbo, I went to his store. And he had this one, and I opened it up, and it's a 2-disc collector's edition, even though it doesn't say that it's 2 discs anywhere. But it comes with 2 discs, so I picked that up. I remember watching this. I don't remember if I watched it on VHS with my dad or if we watched it on TV. But I remember it was pretty funny, and it stars Dan Aykroyd and Kim Basinger, again, much like people I know with Al Pacino. And Kim Basinger, I remember best from Batman, the first Batman with Michael Keaton. She was Vicky Vale. But she was really pretty. She still looks very pretty for, I don't know how old she is, but this one I remember her because she was an alien that was trying to stop people from killing her planet, and the scientist behind that was Dan Aykroyd. So I always thought it was really weird that this gooey guy, because Dan Aykroyd's kind of on the chunky side, would hook up with Kim Basinger. But this is My Stepmom is an Alien. Also has John Lovitz and a very young. I forgot her name. She was in How I Met Your Mother and Buffy the Vampire. A very young Willow from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You can barely make her out here, but she's the daughter of Dan Aykroyd. I thought that was pretty cool. This one, Blind Buy. I know nothing about this movie, but it says about the box says it's about time travel, and I'm a sucker for movies about time travel. And this is Slaughterhouse 5. Again, no idea what it's. Never seen it. All I know it has time travel, and I'm a sucker for that. Another actor that I'm trying to build a filmography for is Jason Statham. He's a very cool recent action guy. Saw him first in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Then he was in Snatch, and the Transporter series and the Crank series. And he's really solid action guy. In the Expendables, he was really cool in that. And he has this badass persona, so I do want to get more of his movies. He doesn't have that many movies, but I'm getting to the point where I have most of them. And this is, the one I picked up is The Mechanic. There's a sequel to this that I need to get, but this one's pretty cool. Next one I picked up is The Bank Job, another Jason Statham movie. And the last one is Blitz. It has I don't know if the camera will be able to pick it up, but it has like a chrome look. It looks metallic, which I thought was pretty cool. So Blitz. The only other one of his that I've seen a lot is Parker, but that one stars Jennifer Lopez, and I don't like Jennifer Lopez. But if I come across that one cheap, I'll probably pick it up. A friend of my wife got a haul of DVDs. Someone gave them to her, and she told my wife, and she got a couple of them. Still missing a few more, but was able to get Small Soldiers. I've been hunting for Small Soldiers for a long while. I don't know if this movie got out of print or what's going on, but I've never been able to come across Small Soldiers, and this is by the guy that made Gremlins, and I liked it. I like the little animatronic things. It does have a feel like Gremlins, where at the end there's a whole bunch of soldiers causing a muck. But I like this movie a lot, and I've been hunting for this movie for a while, and was finally able to snag a copy. This one, don't know anything about it, but picked up Son of Rambo. It's about these two kids that want to make an action movie, and I like these type of movies that are movies about making movies. So this one looks cool. I haven't seen it, but I'm looking forward to seeing this one. Then, after I got back from Limbo, spent Father's Day, and we went to a Walmart. And at a Walmart of all places, I found the Dolph Lundgren Punisher. And I've been hunting for this movie for a while as well, because I want to get... You'll probably hear me repeat that a lot. I'm trying to get movies, but I'm trying to complete my comic book movie set, along with all the filmographies from the actors that I like. And I was missing this one. This one, it's not very 100% faithful to the Punisher, because he never has the skull. But Dolph Lundgren looks really badass as the Punisher. I totally buy him as the Punisher. Thomas Jane, and I forget his name, but the guy that did Punisher Warzone, and the guy that does the Netflix Punisher, they're all very good interpretations of the Punisher. But I just really one of my brothers is a super diehard fan of the Punisher, but this movie is really badass. It's from the 80s, and it just kicks ass, and I'm super happy to add it to the collection finally. Picked this one at a flea market. It's Black Book, still sealed. Haven't seen it, but I picked it up because it's directed by Paul Verhoeven, who directed RoboCop and Showgirls. So he did an awesome movie like RoboCop, and he did a weird movie like Showgirls. So this one probably will fall somewhere in between, but it's during World War II, so that sounds interesting. Picked up Diner, which is one of, as far as I know, one of Kevin Bacon's earliest roles. But it has Kevin Bacon, Mickey Rourke, Paul Reiser, Daniel Stern, Steve Guttenberg, and of course Kevin Bacon. So, yeah. Picked up a classic movie. This is Roman Holiday with Audrey Hepburn and Gregory Peck. Audrey Hepburn plays this princess that escapes from her palace to live the normal life. Gregory Peck recognizes her, but smells the story and goes along with, "Oh, I don't know who you are," even though he does. It's now cliched, and there's actually a remake of this, but I wanted to pick up the original one. Picked up Perfect Score. I barely remember seeing this one, but I picked it up because it stars a young Chris Evans and a young Scarlett Johansson. You know, Captain America and the Scarlet Witch teaming up, to my knowledge, for the first time. So, picked it up because of that. Also picked up another old movie. I'm hoping it's funny because of the people involved here, but this is Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd, Spies Like Us. I'm hoping it's good. I might have seen this, but I don't remember it that well. So I'm hoping it's as funny as I hope it is. Picked a classic one from Movie Freak Bazaar, still sealed, but it's a 2-disc 5-star collector's edition of The French Connection. Probably might have seen it with my dad. Don't really remember it that well, but if you check top 10 lists or top 20 lists or something like that, you'll see The French Connection. Because of a really cool... I reheard about it from a Cinemassacre video with James Rolfe, top 10 car chases. He mentioned that, and as he was showing the footage, flashback came into my mind. I was like, I remember that was good, I think. I'll search for it, and Movie Freak had it. Also picked up Malcolm X. Still sealed. Haven't opened it, but this is Denzel Washington as Malcolm X, directed, if memory serves me right, by Spike Lee. Yeah, right there, Spike Lee. And I have seen this one. It's really good. so I had to add it to the collection. This one I haven't seen, but I have heard about it through various people and various media. This is Viggo Mortensen in Eastern Promises, done by the same people that did History of Violence. I really like the History of Violence, but in this one he plays a Russian guy. And what I've heard from this movie in different from different people in different outlets is that Viggo Mortensen did got really he like studied the Russian mob for like a year, got authentic looking tattoos, paint on tattoos, but still authentic looking tattoos, and whenever he walked into the Russian district, everyone was like, oh shit, he's the Russian mob, because he still got into character, and he was like, oh crap, watch out for him, he's Russian mob, and he kind of felt kind of awkward because he didn't want to get into trouble with the actual Russian mob, but it also stars Naomi Watts. So I'm looking forward to seeing this one. Next one I picked up is Michael Douglas and Demi Moore in Disclosure. I know I've seen this one with my dad. I remember clearly watching this with my dad and my mom. And it's basically about Michael Douglas is working at a company, and Demi Moore is coming on to him. He's like, oh no, sexual harassment. So it's kind of like a flip, because during this time you would, and in the olden days you would hear more cases, especially here in Mexico. It's still a thing where there's a lot of sexual harassment between men trying to sexually harass women. So it was kind of it was different that a woman was sexually harassing someone like Michael Douglas. And remember, this was really good, really suspenseful movie that I watched with my parents. And the last one is, I know it by name. I know I haven't seen this one, but I've also heard a lot of people mention it, say that it's one of his best performances. And this is Paul Newman in Cool Hand Luke. Cool Hand Luke. It's about him in a chain gang, and the chain gang is just, he's a rebel and he doesn't want to follow the rules, but the chain gang just, beats him down. Usually that's not my kind of movie. I don't tend to go for, those type of movies where people suffer. I see a lot of suffering in real life. I don't want to see suffering in a movie. It's not really my kind of genre. Like a Beautiful Life, or Life is Beautiful, I'm sorry, Pursuit of Happiness, stuff like that. I'll watch it, but I'll only watch it once just because I want to live the experience of watching the movie. But this one, everyone says it's awesome. Personally, call me weird, but I like Paul Newman in, what happened there? My battery message came in there, so if it froze, I apologize. I like Paul Newman in The Towering Inferno. I just really like him in that. That's one of my favorite Paul Newman movies. That one and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I think he's cool in that. But a lot of people praise this movie as one of his best, so I'll give it a shot. So yeah, that was the pickup video after my exile in Limbo, which seemed to have lasted a lot more than I thought. But thankfully my wife was able to get some movies in my absence, and other ones I just got, because I had a lot of movies to catch up on. I don't know how long I was from when Deadpool released to Father's Day, so I don't know how long that was. But like always, I like to recommend the standouts of the haul, and I'm going to recommend Fast and the Furious 7, and I'm going to recommend the Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie. It's at Walmart. It cost me $4 at Walmart. So if you can snag a copy, if you don't already own it, I would highly recommend so, because I really like that one. I actually like all three of the Punisher movies, plus the Netflix series. Really good interpretations of the Punisher. But yeah, we're back. And again, keep quiet. I need to keep quiet, because I need to wait until Macabro lowers his guard, so I can take the Infinity Gauntlet away from him, and, get everything in order. Because there's a lot of stuff that Macabro still did that I need the Time Stone and the Reality Stone to fix. Right now, the power of the emotional spectrum is powerful, but and it's a cosmic equivalent, sort of the Infinity Gauntlet, but I still need 2 more rings that I can't get for me to access the complete power of the power rings. So right now I'm just a little bit underpowered to face him with the Infinity Gauntlet, so I have to take that away from him. But that was a pickup video, and you'll still see me because I'm back from Limbo, baby. But I'll see you guys later. So until then, thanks so much for watching, and this is Vargas recording back again from the regular Vargas Vault, thanking you all and signing out.